A very good morning to Brazil, good evening to India, good day to all viewers of Global Edu Leaders family. Those who are going to watch this program live or those who are going to watch this program through social media, Facebook, Insta, and YouTube. Sustainability in education is the topic which we are discussing from last 6 months. A number of episode has come where all educators from higher education, from school education has discussed the on-ground practices. I'm happy to inform you all viewers of Global Edu Leaders Forum, we are going to have this topic discussion in Portugal on 26 and 27, 2 days full day conference. As well as we are coming with a one international book publication, which carry the age group of 12 to 17 year students' wishes, views, and desires. So this is my heartfelt gratitude to all family members to take this journey forward. As we know, 17 sustainable goals, and especially goal number 4 regarding education. The air which we are consuming today, of course, is a gift of nature. The fruits which we are eating today, these plants were not either they are gift of nature or these plants were planted by our ancestors. The eco imbalance, which is being noticed and seen from all over world. During last episode, one of the speaker from South Africa, he was giving data, and I was surprised, especially for all my Indian viewers. Ratio of plants per person in Russia is 11,000 plants per person. US, it is 8,000 plants per person. But in India, this data is 28 plants per person. And the data of Delhi, every 3 people, we have to plant approx 1.5. So 1.5 is to 11,000 or 8,000. Of course, it is one of the biggest responsibility of the populated country like India and as well as China. As opening speaker, I have Rachita Datta from Jammu. Basically, she is in education and she's practicing this with the age group of 12 to 17 years. Rachita, a very good teacher who has worked with me, and I have been looking her initiative and work during the school. So Rachita, welcome to you on the forum, and especially since you are a leader of the school.
Thank you so much.
How you take sustainability for students, what they practice, what they know. My sole intention will be whatever comes to your mind as a school teacher, how they can be make aware, how they can be make responsible, and how can they take this journey forward. So welcome to you, Rachita Datta, and over to you for next 5 minutes.
Right. Thank you so much, sir. Very good evening, everyone. First of all, I just want to thank SK sir for giving me this opportunity to share my opinion on this topic, that is education and sustainability, through this platform. And I'm really humble and grateful to GEL for considering me as the speaker for today's conference. So, when we talk about education and sustainability, yes, first of all, I will just briefly describing what these things are all about, and then definitely we will come to the point that how we can inculcate some remedial measures to be taken in the education system to, to have sustainable development over there. Um, Sustainable development is the development that meets the needs of present generation without excessive use or abuse of natural resources, so that they can be preserved for the next generation. It aims to bring a balance between meeting the requirements of what the present demands while not overlooking the needs of future generations as well. So it also acknowledges nature's requirements along the humans aim to work towards the development of different aspects of the world. So, the key to development, be it social, economic, political, or environmental, it's all about sustainable development. So, education definitely promotes development of knowledge and skills, which is required to achieve sustainable development. When we are imparting knowledge to the children in schools, and definitely parents are also getting aware of the things, so yes, we are imparting knowledge to the people about sustainable development, and it encourages promotion of economic well-being, social equity, democratic values, and much more. And education is an essential tool that provides any possible knowledge to human beings and allows everyone to obtain knowledge, skills, attitudes, and values, which are very much necessary to shape the future in a more sustainable way. We can say that one of the main focus here is to educate the younger generation by developing a sense of responsibility for the environment. Yes, if they will be aware, if the younger generation will be aware of their responsibilities towards the future and how they can preserve the things right now, so that their future generations or their future would also be in safer hands. um, I would further say that education for sustainable development is the use of education as a tool to achieve sustainability. So, the concept of education for sustainable
बोलेगा
development.
नहीं ठीक है मीटिंग चल रही है
Sorry.
Some disturbance. Yeah, carry on.
Okay. Yeah. So, education for sustainable development is the use of education as a tool to achieve sustainability. And the concept of education for sustainable development developed largely from environmental education, because it is all which is there in our environment. So it is developed basically from the environmental education, which has sought to develop the knowledge, skills, values, attitudes, and behaviors in people to care for their environment. And the aim of education for sustainable development is to enable people to make decisions and carry out actions to improve quality of life without compromising the planet. If you people remember, I cannot say about Beatrice ma'am, but yes, rest of the people who are from India, we have an advertisement also. I think it's a life insurance advertisement or something like that, which also talks about sustainable development, wherein a child is conversing with his father in the car, and talking about future generations, that if we consume so much of petrol, if you have kept your car on ignition for such a long time, when you are stuck in a red light or a traffic signal, then how would you think of the future generations, that what are we going to preserve for them? So that is also one of that is also an important example of sustainable development which we can see around us. So further I would say
Thank you.
education for sustainable development means including key sustainable development issues into teaching and learning. For example, we teach the children about climate change, disaster risk reduction, biodiversity, poverty reduction, and sustainable consumption, wherein we balance the things which we are consuming right now, and we can think about the future generations also, that we have to preserve something for them as well. In recognition of the importance of education for sustainability, the United Nations declared 2005 to 2014 as the UN Decade of Education for Sustainable Development. And the key components of education for sustainability comprises of, and first of all, envisioning. Envisioning is envisioning a better future, which creates a link between where we are now and where we want to be in future, so we can plan a series of steps to get us there. Then the second component, the key component of education for sustainability is systems thinking. Systems thinking can help us to understand the big picture we are working within and to create solutions that go beyond just addressing the isolated symptoms of a larger problem. Then third key component is the critical thinking, which says that critical thinking and reflection challenges us to examine and question the underlying assumptions that affect the way we interpret the world. For example, how we are influenced by media and advertising. As I have already discussed about the advertisement which I had seen, and it had definitely given an impact to me. That's why I'm discussing that advertisement over here. So that includes the critical thinking. Then, fourth key component is the participation. Participation says that participation goes beyond consultation and to empowering people by directly involving them in decision making process. Engaging people in decision making creates a greater sense of ownership and commitment, both of which means they are more likely to take action. And fifth main key component is the partnership. So creating partnerships for change strengthens ownership of a problem and a commitment to sustainability amongst diverse stakeholders. So in conclusion, I would just like to say that education for sustainable development can help to shape our future. With the continuous support from government, appropriate laws, responsible action by society will together serve and alleviate the major global crisis that we face today. The consequences would be extremely serious if individuals are not looking at it as a critical issue. And at the end, we all would say that what is to be left for our future generation if we do not preserve our limited resources? So, this is it. I would hand over the mic to.
Great insight.
Thank you so
Knowledge,
much, sir.
awareness, and of course, practice. Very well said, Rachita. Taking this journey forward, I would like to request Dr. Prateek. Welcome to you, Dr. Prateek. A brief introduction and then subject is all yours.
Okay, so let me introduce myself, Professor Dr. Prateek Rajan Mungekar, and my sincere gratitude to sir and all the organizing team for inviting me here. Let me introduce myself. I'm a scientist, professor, global educator, published author, international speaker, and a youngest vice chancellor. So I started teaching at the age of 16 and have been working in the field of education and research since last 13 years. Received 300 honorary doctorates across the globe, 9 national patents, 15 world record, 950 international and national awards for my contribution to the field of teaching and research, published 4 books. The 5th one is releasing on next month. My first book is on Sustainable Development Goals, Introduction to Sustainable Development Goals, which has got many international awards. Second book is on education and eternal asset. Third book is on leadership and change management. And fourth book is Amazon bestseller, which is on stem cell science. So I've done my diploma in technical applied chemistry, BTech in biotechnology, PhD in spectroscopy, PhD in biomarkers, and then PhD in education. So this is my small introduction. And ladies and gentlemen, today I stand before you to emphasize the vital importance of sustainability in education. So a concept that has the power to shape not only the minds of our youth, but also the destiny of our planet. So education is the cornerstone of progress and enlightenment. It equips individuals with the knowledge and skills needed to navigate the challenges of life. However, in our pursuit of academic excellence, we must not lose sight of the bigger picture, the well-being of our environment and the sustainability of our planet. So sustainability in education means integrating the principles of ecological balance, social equity, and economic responsibility into our teaching and learning processes. So it goes beyond the conventional subjects and includes environmental studies or ethical decision making and responsible citizenship. So it empowers our students to become environmentally conscious and socially responsible global citizens. To achieve sustainability in education, we must start by reimagining, reinventing, and rethinking our curriculums. We need to infuse environmental and sustainable education throughout all levels of learning. By introducing these concepts from an early age, we can instill a sense of responsibility and stewardship towards our planet in the hearts and minds of our, what you can say, future generation. So at the same time, we must ensure that educators themselves are equipped with the knowledge and training necessary to teach sustainability effectively. Right now I'm on a mission to help students and on a mission to help educators, because when I visited, I'm a visiting professor in 63 foreign universities. So when I visit some school or college, I strongly feel that we need to educate the educators first. That's the need of an hour. So professional development programs, workshops, and resources can play a crucial role in empowering our teachers to become advocates for sustainability and agents of change. Moreover, sustainability in education is not limited to theory. It must be reflected in the practices of our educational institutions, schools, and universities. These educational platforms should adopt sustainable practices such as energy efficiency, waste reduction, and eco-friendly infrastructure. Recently I have visited one university, which is, I think, India's first university, NIIT University, which is located in Nimrana. They have a 100-acre campus and everything is sustainable. They have a geothermal cooling. The entire campus is cooled by the geothermal pool, and the research states that if you stay there 5 days, okay, your entire lungs will be clean. That much oxygen rich air they consume, the student consume. Okay, everything is, if you see from any window, you will see the green color. That means greenery. Okay, so that you must, if you have a chance and time, you must visit NIIT University. The entire university is sustainable because they actually, we talk about sustainability in so many conferences, but where is the implementation? But they have actually implemented all the UNSDG goals. Okay, so let us also leverage technology for sustainability in education. Digital platforms like this Global EduLeader platform. These platform is providing interactive and immersive learning experiences. On you can say environmental issues and solutions. So we all are discussing virtual classrooms and remote learning options reduce our carbon footprint and promote access to education and breaking down the barriers of distance and geography. Furthermore, we must encourage and support student-led initiatives focused on sustainability by empowering our young learners to take the lead in projects that promote environmental conservation and social responsibility. We nurture their sense of agency and foster a culture of collective action. So sustainability in education is not a standalone objective. It is transformative force that extends its influence to all aspects of society. Through education, we can create ripple effect, inspiring families, students, communities, and institutions to embrace sustainable practices and become active participants in preserving our planet for future generations. And in conclusion, this is never-ending topic, but we have a time constant. So in conclusion, sustainability in education, it is not a choice, but an imperative. It is the key to shaping a future where humanity lives in harmony with nature, where economic progress does not come at the expense of our environment, and where social equity is the foundation of just and thriving society. So let us join hands and work together to embed sustainability in education, for it is through education that we sow the seeds of a sustainable future, a future of hope, progress, and prosperity for all. With this, I stop here, conclude my talk. And once again, thank you so much, all the listeners, for actively, patiently listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Pradeep. Very well said. The key point which I can take from you, educate the educators and be the agent of change rather than we keep talking. Excellent. My humble submission, there was a name in Indian history who has Bharat Ratna, Nanaji Deshmukh. In 52, he has a dream of all Indian villages need to be self-sustainable. He has created a model of around 80 villages. He has laid down the foundation stone of a research center. So all villages were made a responsible village who can be self-sustainable. All the power and energy villagers, all the village people will have, water, they will have, entire ecosystem of the village. It is really very, very surprising. A leader, a researcher who has a dream in 1952, and he has brought some changes on this earth. At end of his life, he was in Chitrakoot, and there is a research center. Global Edu Leader Forum is going to write a book about his biography. Now, United Nations is aiming 2030, and he has discussed this in 1952. Of course, it is our responsibility as educators to take this journey forward. There are a number of examples. I met one of a gentle lady, she is from Orissa, Madam Sabarmati. She is the daughter of a father who was an environmentalist, and 100-acre rock land has been converted into green forest. I'm going to visit. I was delighted to meet her, and she told, my father was a professor and environmentalist, and I have surrendered my life to that 100 acres rocks, and which are being converted. It is in Orissa. So a number of examples are there. Right?
In addition to this, we are talking about nowadays NEP 2020, a lot of conferences, okay, sustainable development, but we already have everything. If you go back to Ramayana and Mahabharata,
yes,
they have already implemented sustainability, all these 17 UN SDG goals already. You can see Eklavya, inclusive education.
Yes.
We have Bhishmacharya, Dronacharya. These are the educators.
Dr. Pratik, good news to you. We are coming up with the one book which is based on this. Let our young educators, students, write about their practices, take the project, and the best 100 articles are going to be published in an international book, which is named Education, Global Education Sustainability, WISES. What they think about if in the age of 12 to 17 they get responsible. Of course, there will be good practices. Anyway, it's time to invite Dr. Jubair Mohammad Jubair, welcome to you. And next 5 minutes is yours.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude to the organizers and to you, sir, for inviting me at this platform. And it was a very nice. Actually, today it was a very high traffic.
Gel is a family which is owned by the all speakers like you. Gel is not owned by, so it's not thank you.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay. Good evening and namaskar and good evening to everyone from India, New Delhi. I am Mohammad Zubair and Assistant Professor of Special Education in the Faculty of Education, Jamia Millia Islamia Central University, New Delhi. And today we all are talking about sustainable education for sustainable development. So, you know, it is very important topic as we all know, because sustainability education is often, you know, referred to as education for sustainable development, which has been defined by UNESCO. Education for sustainable development allows every human being to acquire the knowledge and skills and attitude and values necessary to shape a sustainable future. So education for sustainable development means including key sustainable, you know, development issues into teaching and learning. For example, like a previous speaker was saying that, for example, climate change or the disaster risk reduction or the biodiversity or the poverty reduction and sustainable consumption. So it also required, you know, it also requires participatory teaching and learning methods at the school or the college level that motivate and, you know, empower learners to change their behavior and take action for sustainable development. Education for sustainable development, you know, consequently promotes competencies like critical thinking, imagining future scenarios, and making decisions in a collaborative way. So education for sustainable development requires far-reaching changes in the way of education is often practiced today. So, you know, education for sustainable development is about the learning needed to maintain and improve our quality of life. You know, we have to make our citizens independent in the society. We have to enhance their skills in the inclusive manner, and we have to provide them need-based education, and we have to eradicate all those barriers which are, you know, present in our, you know, society. So education, it means education for sustainable development enables people to develop the knowledge, values, and the skills to participate in decisions about the way we do things individually and collectively, both locally and globally. So that will improve the quality of life now without damaging the planet or the universe for the future. So sustainable development, sustainability in the curriculum is required. We have to teach, you know, our students at the primary or the elementary or the school or the college level how to deal with the challenges. You know, pedagogical, you know, approaches is required. Critical reflection is required, including the more traditional lecture, but we also can use lots of approaches, different approaches. We can do lots of accommodations and, you know, lots of strategies and methods we can use. And systematic thinking and analysis is important, and participatory learning is important, and thinking creatively for future scenarios, collaborative learning is important. So, you know, it means sustainable development is required for quality education. So quality education is an important key and tool for achieving a more sustainable society, because we have to make society sustainable for all. So, you know, the concept of ESG developed basically from environmental education, which has sought to develop the knowledge, skills, value, and behavior in the people to give more attention to protection of environment. And now, you know, we have to achieve all the goals before 2030. The COVID-19 pandemic has led to global crisis that is severely restrictive in nature and could hamper the ability to meet, you know, unprecedented challenges. So, you know, so the important thing is that the primary the primary concerns of education for sustainable development is the improvement of quality of life of people, you know, without damaging the environment. And it offers a bold and beautiful vision for our, you know, shared future, a future in which hundreds of millions of people no longer go to bad hungry every day, where poverty no longer harm 1 in 10 people, and where quality education and lifelong learning opportunities are available to each and everyone in the inclusive manner. The heartbreaking reality is that we have failed to follow this roadmap in practical manner, because we have to implement all those things in the practical manner. We are trying our best, but still lots of barriers are there. We have to eradicate all those barriers, so some sustained efforts need to be made involving youth, or the value or the senior citizen associations, or lots of sensitization, and sensitization is required in the society, because we have to aware the society about the sustainable development goal. When we include these things in the curriculum in practical manner, and we will conduct all those things in activity form, or in the school or colleges, in this way we can achieve all those things, because because this is the requirement of our society nowadays, because technology and science will help us, because we can use technology and science alone cannot solve all the problems. And we are the global citizens, or for example, in India, lots of things have changed, and NEP 2020 is saying a lot of things, and lots of change will be definitely, we will improve in all those things. And definitely governments and all the stakeholders are trying their best to achieve the goals. So, education for sustainable development and education for sustainability is important. We tend to use our term education for sustainability most often, because the idea of development can be seen as, being at odds with other sustainability notions, such as conservation, or the protection, or the prevention, or the mitigation, and the restoration. So, education about sustainability is about creating awareness and challenging current systems, as well as learning about, theoretical solutions. We have to find out the solutions. Many environmental, education programs include education about sustainability. Education for sustainability is the use of education as a tool to achieve sustainability, and is therefore more practical approach is required at each and every, citizen have to take part, because every citizen is a human resource. So as a human resource, I have to, give my, participation in achieving the goals. So our, our government programs, or the UNO programs will encompass both types of education, with the ultimate focus on positive practical solutions of the problem. And definitely, when education is the key, education will play the key role in achieving all those goals, because education is very much required, and we can achieve all those goals. Lots of pedagogical changes, lots of, accommodations and modifications we can use in our classes, and we can mold our students according to the requirement of the environment. We can teach them how we can preserve our resources, how we can aware the society, sports, culture, activities, values, environment, everything. We have to in everything we have to take part. So this is so this is my this is from my side. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Jubair, I take a very beautiful word from your talk is participatory model of teaching. Of course, we need not to talk, we need to practice. Dealing with the higher education management, we have Dr. Salil from Lucknow and good friend of mine. He has been practicing the conceptual things, and I keep interacting. So Dr. Salil, after hearing this all, I want you to speak from heart rather than taking data in the brain, because I do believe libraries are full with the knowledge, Google is full with the knowledge, but there is a somehow inner core recharging material is required, and which I want to listen to you. So welcome to you. Sure. And over to you.
Sure. Thank you so much.
I want you to introduce, because in Jammu people know, now you are in Lucknow.
Okay. I'm Dr. Salil Seth, and currently I'm working in the capacity of an assistant professor at Babasaheb Bhimrao Ambedkar Central University of Lucknow. I'm serving in the management department. And it's been just 1.5 months that I joined this institution. Earlier, I was with Central University of Jammu, and there's many things that I share. Dr. Pratik, I also come from a biotechnology background, and then I moved on to MBA and management. And with Rachita ma'am, that yes, I've been a part and parcel of Jammu for such a long time. And of course, with Beatrice and Maria, I've been associated with them in many discussions in the past. So coming to the final crux, I mean, I have heard very minutely what you all had to offer. A small food for thought from my end would be just quoting a small example. There was a class 4 child who used to go to a restaurant for dining reasons with his parents. That was the child that he observed that whatever spoons that we are having, eventually when we are like those steel spoons, when we are keeping it away, when we are done with our food, those have to be washed again with detergent using water. And he actually gave the idea that why should we not have biodegradable spoons and forks, that after consumption of food, we can actually consume that spoon or fork also. So that is a beautiful thing. And that concept came from a class 4 child, which was later on conceptualized further, incubated further, and the shelf life of that spoon, that biodegradable spoon, it was done by a company and then it was commercialized. The point here that I want to make is that any such idea can come from a class 1 or a class 2 or a class 4 child, and one need not be a doctorate always for doing it. Therefore, what is required is you people are doing wonders, and you have told that we need to do this, that. Environmental education, what I believe has been a part of Indian education for more than a decade now. It has been made compulsory. It's high time that we stop rather emphasizing that educators need to be educated. Educators, they are already educated. More than a decade's time is a long enough period of time. It's time that we try to devise certain performance matrices that whatever has been taught to students, are they able to translate it into practice or not? I'm actually working on a paper which talks about these performance matrices, because as SK sir also points out, and most of the auditors also point out, that we need to talk about the action points. What you have taught in the class is one thing, what you have taught in the lab is one thing. Is it getting translated? We need to have performance matrices there. We need to talk about responsible consumption, and B, we need to have certain matrices, certain performance measures for it. I'm already devising a few things on that. One very basic thing for those who are into school education would be that whatever students they are imbibing in their school, are they able to tell or replicate the same thing in the household, maybe the maids, the servants who are visiting their houses on a daily basis or not? Only then the idea of educating somebody, educating a student would actually, that effort would go in the right direction. So that can be one of the matrices for performance measures, especially with respect to sustainability. That's all I have to offer, short and sweet, and covering up almost all the aspects, whatever people have rendered here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Salil. I think pinpointed. Rachita was raising hand. You have something left to?
Yes, sir. I just wanted to add on a bit to it. Like most of the speakers have said a lot about sustainability and education, but what I wanted to add on is on ground. I mean, we are practicing a few things in the school education. Like recently, we had celebrated one Mahotsav week in the school, wherein we, try to impart education about the environment and how children can help to preserve the nature, the environment, and they can plant more trees. We had tree plantation drives during this week, and earlier to that, 2 3 months ago, we celebrated Earth Day also. Then also we had some plantation drives, and also we made them aware of the climatic changes happening all around. And yes, apart from that, it's just a small practice which we encourage the students to do in the school, that whenever they are leaving the room, whenever they are leaving the classroom, or whenever they are leaving their room at their places, they should ensure that their lights and fans are turned off, because ultimately it will help to preserve the resources which we have right now. So yes, a little bit is happening, but we have to do it on a larger scale. So this is what I wanted to add on.
Okay.
And
Yes,
SK sir, one more small point that I want to make is all the discussion should actually go in a very positive side and should be actionable as well. Since you people are catering to, many of you are catering to school education, some of you are also into higher education. Uh, in case you come across any innovative idea by a student, maybe schools they are not able to implement it that well, then lot of universities are equipped with innovation and incubation centers. One university is mine. We also have Central University of Jammu. I'm sure Jamia Millia Islamia might also be having. So we have certain incubation centers there also.
Yeah, we have
And in case
centers.
there is any innovative idea pertaining to sustainability, I guess any university or any professor or anybody would be very happy to take it further. That's how we are going to add to the nation and to the world also.
happy
Yeah,
to
right.
share with you all. GEL has signed MOU with Bundelkhand University, where we are going to have a joint practices. And of course, the international book which is coming with the international publication is the one of very small initiative where children can come forward with their wish, desire, and their innovative ideas. Of course, GEL is always with you all. All universities, professors are the speakers, those who are talking here. We will be getting you engaged. We will be bridging the gap between the school education and the university education, because there is a huge gap which I can see. Suddenly the children, once up to class 2, they are under controlled situation, they are being taken care and all, and once they go out of the university, they get wings to fly. Of course, sometimes they cross the boundary where they are supposed to go, and sometimes they fall on the right place. So both end, there is a bridging required, and our professors, university teachers are also need to be invited, and which we have already. I have done it, but I wish ki school get integrated with the universities. What are the objective, what are the big changes they are going to face about, because suddenly once they are in uniform, they are in very disciplined, so there is a limited scope of learning. I request my principal fellows, those who think school can be only for a discipline. No, not at all. School can be the open thinking. They can go beyond the books and boundaries of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Letters are not up to Z. They can be combination of anyone. So 26 matrix can go infinite number. This is what, but I'm really thankful to all the speakers, those who have shared their views, and we take this journey on. I request you all professors, Beatrice will be sharing link where we have a scope for the researchers as well as the students. So I request Beatrice, do share the link where the students of the university can share their research papers to the actual conference which we are going to have in Portugal on 26 and 27 October, as well as in month of August, we are coming with the Global Sustainable Wishes Contest, where students from 12 years to 17 years can write an article, they can get their innovative ideas for sustainable development in educational term. And hope to catch you. Time is stopping me, and I hope we got well connected, and this is the aim and objective of the GEL, or Global Edu Leader Forum. I strongly believe distance from head to heart is just 12 to 18 inches, approx 1.5 feet, but it takes entire life to get connected. So this is the thought, connecting head to heart, which empowers hand to perform. This is what the journey of GEL is. So thank you to Dr. Pratik. Thank you to Dr. Jubair. Thank you to Dr. Salil. And special thanks to Rachita, coming from education background. And Madam Maria, special gratitude and thanks, because your presence on the screen empowers all of us. Beatrice, over to you. Vote of thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, Brazil. Good afternoon. Good evening. Thank you to the speakers and the others. Maria Emilia, my academic mother, thank you. Have you thought about how to create the green tax? With how to encourage sustainability? Thank you to the Global Edu Leaders Forum, especially Mr. SKC, who always motivates everyone. If you really believe you can make a difference, join us. Come and see our projects and support. Stay with God. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Beatrice. And let me tell you, without Beatrice, this program was not possible. Honestly, she is the real energy behind the Global Edu Leader Forum. And she is connecting around the globe, people like you, me, and everyone. So Beatrice, my heartfelt gratitude. Without you, this program was not possible. And GEL existence is, of course, a great initiative of Beatrice from Brazil. We have not yet met. This started 3 years back in Corona, but I'm really delighted and happy. I have beautiful family. Why I consider beautiful family? These thoughts are not owned by me. This GEL is not mine. I don't want it is going to be my any intellectual property. It is an intellectual property of the globe. I do believe sometimes, I think, why we are divided into caste, why we are divided into religion. If the air is same, if the water is same, where are the boundaries just lying on the earth? It is our own imagination. I talk about India, I talk about Pakistan, I talk about Europe, I talk about Asia. We all are same. We are just have some born practices which was given to us. Either it is Lord Jesus, either it is Allah, either it is Ram, Shiva, Krishna, whatever it is. We all are one from inside. We have the same heart. We have the same 2 hands, 2 eyes, 2 ears. So God has not done any injustice to any individual. But it's, of course, wherever we are born. I wish one day there should be a common religion. One day there should be a common human religion, which you say pain is equal in all religion, happiness is equal in all religion. So why these differences are? Why we are not adaptive? And if this all global sustainability connects to each other, and we all have to be responsible for it. So let's make a global happy world where we get connected without any boundaries, without any limitations. Thank you, and wish to have you again.
Let's have
Thank you so much,
Thank
sir.
you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you,
Take
thank
care.
you, thank you, Rachita. Thank you, Salil, after a long time. Thank you, Dr. Jubair. And
Thank you, sir.
Pratik,
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, all of you. Take care.
Thank you.
Take care.